Welcome. Today I want to teach you how you are able to turn a small investment of $5,000 to $12,000 into a massive mountain of reoccurring passive income with multiple option strategies. And my goal here right now is to teach you how to do exactly that. If I showed you right now the strategies that got me from having no money straight out of the military to making over $2 million in profit using my option strategies, would you stay to the end of this video? Can we agree right now, over the next hour, no distractions, no outside anything, just right here, complete focus on this, your financial future. So you might be wondering right now, why am I even going to listen to this guy? Well, let me tell you why. I got out of the military in 2018. I had nothing but tens of thousands of dollars of debt, and I lived in my brother's living room for 8 months when I decided to make a huge change in my life. And that huge change since then has created me a platform of multiple streams of income, a platform where I'm able to live the life I want with time freedom and financial freedom. And I'm able to do this through these multiple option strategies, how I've lived and taken my paycheck for over 3 years now. What I am about to teach you, these mixed option strategies, I can guarantee the consistency in your life will change. And it is not just me who says this, it's the thousands of traders that I've helped over the last 3 to 5 years. Imagine 3 years from now, you decided to start today. If you close your eyes and you really think about 3 years from now, what your life looks like. No debt. Maybe you found the person of your dreams. Maybe the stress of your financial future has been lifted. Maybe that 9 to 5 got so much easier because you were able to produce a little extra. There's so many different things. Close your eyes and imagine 3 years from now, if you start right now, what your life could look like. I'm not going to hold anything back today. I'm going to let my 3 major secrets go all in for you right now. So we're about to deep dive into this. Secret number 1, the misunderstood power of high-risk dividend investing through option selling. The number 1 myth in the stock market for passive income is that you're going to make the most passive income through dividend investing. Dividend investing is long term. It's very boring, and it's just going to take a ton of equity. For you to even realize $1,000 a year, you need $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in equity to receive any kind of substantial payment. And we're talking about $200 to $300. And guess what? I don't want to wait 35 years compounding individual stock for that to happen. I don't have that kind of time to build my financial future, and I'm not going to do the most boring route possible. Dividend investing to me is very slow, boring, and it's just an excuse for you to continuously pump money into underlying stock so they can give you a quarter back every quarter. Doesn't make sense. Another myth, that if you switch to the options market and you start buying options, you can flip your cash very quickly. Options buying is probably the most high risk level, as some would even call it gambling, that you can do in the stock market. Trading and buying options is the most high risk way of trading options and derivatives. Buying options will not make you rich overnight. 93+% of options buyers fail, and that is statistically proven. So I'm going to let you know right now that if you're thinking about jumping in the market as an options buyer, statistically, you're setting yourself up for failure. If dividend investing isn't the right way for you, if options buying isn't working for you, what's the third option here? Number 3 is option selling. That's what you need to be focused on. Options selling has a high chance of success, and it gives you the consistency that you need to truly start to see growth, compounding growth. It is high-risk dividend investing. As we invest in these companies, just like you would a dividend, instead of waiting every quarter to get your $1.27 from a dividend, you can use mixed option selling strategies to bring in hundreds of dollars while using a fractional amount of the equity. This is the power of option selling, and this is the power of option selling compounding compared to dividend investing. Options buyers always fail because of their emotions. The top 3 emotions that cause options buyers to fail is the greed, the hope, and the fear. And guess what? Options selling, you do not have any of that. You know the respected outcomes before that even happens, and both of them are going to set you up for even greater success and consistency. The way options selling is so much better than options buying is because when you buy an option, if it doesn't go in your direction at a rapid speed, you're going to be chewed up by what's called the options Greeks. You're going to be chewed up by the market. You're going to be chewed up by your own fundamental bias, and you are going to lose consistently. If you go into dividend investing and you truly have a long set mindset, but you're adding every week, why not take control of your own independent future? Options selling is going to provide you the compounding necessary and easy lifestyle that you're looking for. You can, once you're comfortable in your broker, you're able to sell options for 15 minutes on a Monday and come back next Monday and do it again, regardless of the outcome. No more sitting in front of screens, no more checking for your dividend income of $2, no more sitting there very stressed as you buy options. Sit back, relax, and learn how to sell them instead. You become the guy at the car dealership giving the prices. You become the dealer at the casino handing out the losses. You become the person in charge of your financial future. Secret number 2. Credit spreads and iron condors using 1 DTE and 0 DTE methods, the strategies for day trading while options selling. There's a common misconception in the market that all you have to do is buy options. Whether the stock goes up, you buy calls, the stock goes down, you buy puts. It's the same thing with futures traders and Forex traders. They push a buy button, and if it goes up, they make money. If it goes down, they lose money. Well, they don't even take the time to consider that there's advanced option strategies out there that give you an 80-90% chance of success rate through options selling, just like credit spreads, just like iron condors. If you take a look at my screen here, right, here's a perfect example on a day where selling options is the most profitable. You can see that the market opens up at 9:30 here, and the market trended upwards for a little bit, but then it trended back down and it closed almost identical to where the market opened. Option selling strategies are most advantageous in sideways consolidation type markets when we're range bound. A range bound market will produce massive income for you while you're sitting here letting your long-term portfolio grow. My 0 DTE strategy and my 1 DTE strategy, proven and logged for months and months to work in any market type, but this one right here is the most profitable, a range bound day. As you can see, you can have a greater than expected move just like this one to the upside, but you'll still at the end of the day be able to be profitable if you manage your risk and you have tight curriculum and strategies like I've created with the 0 DTE credit spread and the 1 DTE condor strategies. If you take a look at other days that aren't range bound, that we have trend days, the 0 DTE strategies that I've created, if you look right here on this massive uptrend, are also successful on days like this because we're able to identify the trend utilizing the opening range breakout method and continue to be profitable in any market situation. Option selling is key. You have mathematical and statistical data on your side. The delta alone, one of the options Greeks, will tell you your chance of success before entering. And on a day like this, you have a pretty strong 80 to 90% chance of success before you even enter the trade, which is the opposite of options buying. So for selling options, there's 2 major strategies that I use. One is just a credit spread and one is an iron condor. A credit spread is when you simultaneously sell and buy an option. An iron condor is when you do that with a call and a put side at the same time, a 4-legged option strategy. So if you take a look at my chart here, I want to go over my credit spread strategy with you now. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw our red lines here, and this is our orb method. That's called the opening range breakout, which is majorly used as an intraday support and resistance zone now that it's been established. The second thing I like to do for my strategy is find the previous lows and lower lows, and these are going to be our stop loss lines and our entry criteria lines where we're looking to enter a good strike price far enough away from the underlying stock price that we could safely enter without having to take a loss. So we're going to do this for the put side and the call side, which I like right here and right here. Using my zero DTE strategy here, you'll see it's all about the price action. There's no indicators, there's no noise, there's no nothing on my screen. If you look right here, just clean, beautiful candlesticks and lines. That's all you need. So the way the strategy it works and operates is simple as this. We wait for the price action to indicate to us what we need to do. Up here, I could see a clear confirmation if we zoom in on this candle here that we have a higher high, a higher low, a break outside of the opening range, and a very strong bullish pattern. So at this time, I would enter a trade that I would enter is on not on the call side, but on the put side. So I give myself the highest chance of success. If the price action is going upwards, I don't want to be in front of the moving train. So without hesitation, 30 minutes into the day, I can say confidently right now, I would be selling put sides on this day down here. Let's see how close to down here it gets. I would say we're looking pretty good, and if we messed up and we entered on the wrong side today, we most likely would be stopped out. I can't even see the price action because it's so far up right now. At this point of the day, you would have taken 100% gains on your equity, which could have been anywhere between a 5 to 7% ROI. It's as simple as that. The price action went up, so we played the bottom. Smooth, concise, very easy. My overall percentage ratio through statistic and data that I've kept for months and months, on average, has a 93.2% success rate. With this success rate, after I just showed you the example of the 0 DTE, I want to show you an example of how the 1 DTE would work. So on this close here, we would have taken a price that was 35 points to the upside. So if we closed about 45, 47, let's just call it 45.50, we would have taken 45.85 and we would have taken 45.15, right? So now we can get rid of all the other noise and we can just show right here. With an iron condor, all you need is for the price action to close between these two yellow lines. Think of it as high-low. High and low. You need the middle. If it closes anywhere in the middle, you are profitable. So on the day's prior close, we enter an iron condor that's balanced on the closing that we had there. So let's take a look and see what happens throughout this day's action. You could see that we would have been able to play the 0 DTE just by looking at the candle's price action. But if you take a look, you'll notice a range-bound day that's occurring. And a range-bound day is when we're most profitable. This is where you're truly going to see massive growth in your accounts. This is a very high risk, but it's very high reward that comes with a 90% plus win rate. And boom, just like that, we would have taken multiple wins on this day on the call side, put side, 1 DTE, 0 DTE, it doesn't matter. Two perfect examples here how I could show you how these option selling strategies can be very lucrative and profitable while being managed with a wonderful risk to reward. Secret number 3, the best for last. Covered calls and cash secured puts, the absolute cheat code. There's massive misconceptions when it comes to covered calls and cash secured puts. One, I truly believe that a lot of people just think you need hundreds of thousands of dollars to be successful using these option selling strategies. That is one of the biggest misconceptions. You can do as little as $5,000 and you could start creating passive income off of that small amount of equity. Another thing is a lot of people don't branch out to grow their knowledge in this field. They just think that they could buy options and that's what they're taught to do. But I'll tell you right now, that's the greatest scam of the market makers' history. They want you to buy options. They want you to fail because half of their company is selling options and taking advantage of you. Selling options like covered calls and cash secured puts, the high risk dividend investing, creating passive income for yourself, reinvesting it, and growing that snowball into an avalanche over time, taking control of your future with $5,000 to $12,000. There's no, oh, I need 200K to proceed. You can do it with a small amount. You could do it with the knowledge that I'm going to give you, and you can do it right now. The secret to combining these option strategies, the covered call and the cash secure put, is called the wheel. I call it wheel estate. Real estate investors are happy with 1% a month on their total mortgage. So for a $100,000 house, if they were to get $1,000 in rent a month, that is considered a highly successful rental property. What if I told you mastering real estate can take that $100,000 property and we can generate $500 to $700 a week off of it? That is the power of real estate. That is the power of wheeling cash secured puts and covered calls. When I refer to wheeling, I'm saying it's simultaneously using covered calls and cash secured puts on an underlying stock to continuously generate passive income week after week, month after month, no matter what the outcome is, for 15 minutes a day on a Monday once you're proficient. A covered call is when you own any underlying stock, 100 shares of the underlying stock. You're eligible to sell one call option against that underlying stock. You buy 100 shares of Apple at $120, you're able to sell one covered call, that $12,000 in equity, at $125 every week, week over week, until it inevitably exercises or expires, collecting passive income regardless of the outcome. And you can do this for 15 minutes a week or less on your phone on a Monday. A cash secured put is the opposite. With the cash that you have in your account as collateral, you're able to sell one put on an underlying stock. So if you really love buying Apple at 100, what if you're able to buy Apple at 90? You're able to sell one put week over week at $90 using that cash collateral in your account. And if it expires or exercises, it's a win and an outcome for you where you're able to buy at a lower price where you're more comfortable, or collect passive income on the way regardless of what happens. Let's say you start hypothetically with $12,000 in this hypothetical example. $12,000. Let's say you want to diverse. You can find 4 different stocks at the $30 price. You can sell a cash secured put on all 4 of them as an entry at $28. At the end of the week, let's say 2 of them go under 28, 2 of them stay over 28. Now you're able to collect passive income on the 2 that did not get exercised, they expired worthless, and you keep that premium. Or the ones that stayed in the money, now you buy those shares at 28. You've collected the 28, the rest of your account is in cash, plus the passive income that you kept. Now you're able to begin selling calls on that stock that you have just purchased. So now you have $6,000 of hypothetical cash in 2 stocks, and you're able to sell calls at the $30, $31, $32 strike price until you exit with an intrinsic value gain and a premium from selling options the whole time. And at the end of that, you put $12,000 in, you'll most likely come out somewhere along with 12,500, 12,600, and you're able to reset and do it over and over and over again. Now, if you can name me one stock that's going to pay you $600 a dividend a month or 2, I will challenge you and say that stock does not exist. This hypothetical scenario is one of many that I have seen and personally watched thousands of my customers do over the years as they began their cash secured put and covered call journey. I get it. Everything that we just covered was very advanced, went right over your head. But what if you had a 2-week beginner course that's valued at $500 to help kickstart your journey? Let me ask you this. What if you had a 24/7 beginner help channel for any questions you may have, valued at over $350, and then on top of that, you had algorithmic trading bots and tools valued at over $199, daily watch lists over $75, live sweeps and options data over $100, a community of like-minded investors and traders who are going through the same exact process as you, valued at over $275. And finally, full-time access to myself and other full-time options buyers and sellers at your disposal, valued at $750. If I told you you had all of these resources for over $2,000 available to you, isn't that worth passive income? For you today, right now, it's not going to be over $2,000. It's going to be $200 a month right now. The Max Options Trading Discord at maxoptionstrading.com is the way you can tie all of this together for just $200 a month, and you can start to see the change and the consistency, the growth, the profitability, the knowledge, and everything you're looking for and more all in one place right now. Thank you so much for giving me your time today. I appreciate you very much, and I look forward to meeting you in the Max Options Trading community.